So today we're here with Red Diamond. Now, Red Diamond, how I got to know her, she had sent a message actually on our African Diaspora Instagram, I'm sorry, Twitter. And, you know, in the message to her, asked if she's an artist, say she was, had a few conversation in the DM. So now we're here today. So, Red Diamond, thank you for coming, hang out with us a little bit.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's talk about it a little bit. So you was watching live stream that we had produced on our African Diaspora News channel about Destiny Harrison, and you know if anyone had viewed that, that's the young sister that had the salon in Baltimore, and you know she had issues and problems with definitely Pookie and Ray Ray, and some hood rat at first stealing from her. She was afraid of her life. Later, she was end up killed in front of her child, shot in the head. And you know, Red Diamond, you viewed that video and you sent us a message. What was your take from that?
I didn't like it. I don't like the fact that that young lady couldn't even stay where she was from, and she had to deal with so much ignorance, you know what I'm saying, in her neighborhood. And she was so young and doing something that most adults don't even have accomplished right now. I can't stand that type of stuff. Like, I'm kind of tired of not just black people, but a lot of people being ignorant.
Right. So you in the music industry, correct?
I'm a rapper.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So you being a rapper and you kind of in that world, how, you know, is it, you know, with people even acting that way in the music industry? Because we just don't see this with hairdressers or business owners, but we see this with a lot of rappers, especially, you know, certain rappers in Chicago have been killed on some BS. So is it a little worse in the music industry than it would be for business owners?
It's pathetic in the industry right now because of how they got these rappers out here promoting all the nonsense, looking stupid and goofy, doing anything just to be seen, rapping about shit, just stuff that killing us, and that's just stupidity to me. So yes, it's a lot worse with the music that's being presented.
Now, do you think that the music
Did I
is
answer your question?
fueling some of that?
Yes, I do. I do because people, music. Imagine somebody waking up or going throughout a whole day without hearing a song. It's like not even possible. Everybody listens to music. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like extremely important to music because honestly, that's like mother and father. You're like for real because you're the only one talking to them, teaching them something. You'll be surprised how much people don't even know. So it's really important, you know what I'm saying, with an artist. And I think music definitely plays a big part in the way a lot of people act.
So the question I was asking you is, do you believe that outside forces is causing these issues and problems when it comes to the music?
Yes, I do believe it.
And the reason why I brought that up is because I watched a documentary one time with Irv Gotti from Murder Inc. And he was talking about they put together an album and they brought it up to Leor Cohen, which was one of the executives at the label. He listened to it. Now that's just even crazy in itself that you're bringing it to a white Jewish man and you bring it to him and he says, oh, it's not street enough. You need to go back and do it again because it's not street enough. Now, what does he know anything
Wow.
about street? You know anything about Leor Cohen, you know he ain't got no street to him at all. So with that being
Hmm.
said, is that's what's going on in the industry? You got people like he's one of many, like Leor Cohen, that's making the decisions to have this music the way it is now.
I mean, from what I see, I definitely believe so. Look at all the artists, the mainstream artists that are out right now. I don't understand why anybody would even agree. What did he mean when he say that?
That's the question. He basically he's trying to tell them it wasn't enough killing, it wasn't enough saying you know, nigga and everything else that they put in there, right? It wasn't enough of that in the album.
Is that
So he wanted him to go back and put more of that in there.
wow? That's kind of it's really scary, Phil, when I think about it, like for real, because It just goes to show you that people with higher power, they to see that. Like they want us to promote dumb stuff. Well, how could you? How could I don't even understand a human being like that? Like, why are you like that? Doesn't make sense. Like, why wouldn't you want people to get better? You understand what I'm saying? Why would you promote people? Why would he tell that man that it ain't enough of the word nigga, or ain't enough killing going on, ain't enough to get these people to acting crazy? Why would you do that? I don't understand stuff like that.
Well, it could be a lot
And
of
the crazy
reasons.
part about it is, go ahead.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of reasons for that. Like I said, first of all, he's not promoting, his people in his group to promote killing his people at all. It's okay to promote black people killing black people, and they're making money off of it.
But you know what the saddest part about it is, Phil? The black people going along with it for $1. That's the saddest part about it. Because even if these people present this stuff to you and say, nah, we want more of this, we want more of that, that don't mean that you have to be like, okay, cool, I'm down with it. It doesn't that's not cool. Like I feel like somebody need to stand up and say, I'm not doing that because what you want me to do is killing my people. You know what I'm saying? Period. That's not cool. Like it bothers me real bad. For real. It bothers me real bad.
So, with that being said, now you had put up a post saying that aren't you tired of music that is damaging our youth and us as a whole? And music that allows you to bop your head, but lyrics you say leave you feeling dumb. Which is a lot of that music today. Oh my God, which is a lot of music
Yes.
today. Now, I've seen the evolution of hip hop. Okay, I know how it started, literally. And maybe if you're a student of it, you know how it started. And I saw all the transitions all the way up to now. So, what is it with this generation now? Because you go back and look how hip hop started to where it's at today, it's like night and day.
Bothers me really bad. And I know people tired of it. Like, I just want to know who else is tired of this bull crap? Who else gonna say something? Because with these artists, even though, like, I'm not trying to knock nobody hustle, I understand that's the way of these artists getting paid, but people need to have more morals and a little bit more integrity. You know what I'm saying? Because it's deeper than $1 to me, and it's sad that it's all a setup. You know what I'm saying? They have it positioned to where, okay, you gotta do this crap or you and your family still gonna be hungry. And that's why a lot of these artists succumb to it and they just like, okay, cool, I gotta do it, I'm gonna do it. But it's bad because you don't even care about your people. That's what I think about. Like, you don't even care what happens to these people. I don't know if they don't even think deep enough, like if they don't know the real effects that it's having with them doing this type of music. I don't know. It's kind of like heartless. If I think about it, it's heartless. That's just how I see it.
Well,
Because they gotta know. They gotta be.
a
Go
lot of
ahead.
people think like this. Man, I'm just worrying about me. I'm just trying to get my money, and so they do whatever these folks say at these record labels instead of like having a mind like you. You got a mind of your own.
Oh yeah, for sure. But see, okay, I think about this. How do they feel when they go home and look in the mirror and see what's going on around them? You understand? But like you said, it's kind of okay. I can't lie. It's really hard for me to understand somebody who is extremely selfish and just about money. It's hard for me to understand that. Like I wasn't built like that. So it's like I don't even see why people would do it, but at the same time I do, because it can be hard out here trying to survive and people get tired of struggling. So when somebody come to you and say, hey, I got $1 million for you, or I got $3 million for you, you know what I'm saying, and whatever the case, but you got to do this, they're not really thinking about nobody else. Like you said, they just worried about themselves and feeding their own family. But it should not be that way. It should not be that way. And I think it has more to do with us too, as like the customer, you know what I'm saying, or the audience, whatever you want to call it. Because if we don't support that, how they gonna eat? You understand? We don't want feeding them.
Well, I'm gonna say culturally, we do support them culturally, but if you really look at who spend the most money on um, albums or even shows, etc., it's not even us as black people; it's white people.
Hmm.
So let me ask you a question about that. Is since a lot of especially when you go mainstream, the consumer is white. I say, what's your take on that? Because they're cool with feeding that music to other white people. I believe it fuels also racism.
Why you believe that?
Why I believe the music is fueling racism?
Yeah, why?
Well, the music is fueling racism because what do they normally put out about, let's say, especially young black men, criminals, always doing stuff. You got stereotypes, Pookie and Ray Ray, etc. Look at the one they promote the most. Look at, like, for instance, I just did a story on this particular channel about the baby being arrested, right? And they will promote that. They will promote him. They'll do all kind of things with him. But you have a brother like the Kendrick Lamars or the J. Cole's. It's rare for them to get promotion. Now, those guys are good, but it's more than just J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar is out here rapping like that. I know an artist right here in Houston. The dude is cold, but he's not thugging, but he cold in what he do. So it seems like they
Mm-hmm.
want to promote the dudes that's out here that's going to be a stereotype.
For sure. Yeah. It gotta stop. That's all I'm gonna say. It's
Well,
gonna stop.
let me ask you a question about women in hip hop right now. You got women like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. They on top right now for sure. Those two. You being a woman yourself, and just for me, I've seen how women came into the game. Like people like Roxanne Shante. You had people like Queen Latifah when she first came in. MC Light. Many other people that came down the line. What do you feel about how women are in hip hop today?
What you mean it seemed like it? That's what it is. That's what they showing the world. And like that crap is embarrassing. I have girls, you know what I'm saying? I have children. And I don't want my you gotta understand that even if okay, their music is on the radio, right? They have all type of applications and they got all type of websites and different type of stuff that kids be on. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm sorry, it makes me mad as us as the parents, you know what I'm saying? Even if we tell our kids, look, don't watch that or don't do that, sometimes we don't have no control. And it's like they're being blasted everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Instagram, all this type of stuff like that, everywhere, every freaking where. And it's embarrassing because a woman dressing like that, you know what I'm saying? That should be something that's like you don't want to show the whole world what your body look like. You know what I'm saying? Without clothes on. That's something that you need to do inside your home with your husband or something like that. That's just not a cool look for our little girls. And I think about it. Okay, you being a rapper like that, right? What could you say to a little girl who approaches you with some if she wants some advice for you or she wants some wisdom from you? What can you say to her? How would you feel if a little girl, one of your fans, you know what I'm saying, approach you and you dress like a hoe? Like, what is that?
Well, if you look at it, a lot of people want to mimic that. That look. They want to get the surgery. They want to do all of that they're doing. And what if, okay, let's say if one of those women would say, well, I'm not nobody's mom. Well, Cardi B's a mom. But what if Megan Thee Stallion say, well, I'm not a mom. I'm not, I don't know nothing about being a parent. I'm just doing my music. I'm doing me. What is your response to that?
My response is it's not about you being nobody's mom. It's about you being a woman and you having integrity within yourself. You having much more of a heart because even though she's not nobody mom, baby, it might be little girls out here who really don't have a mom and they looking up to you. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say stuff like that because it's not just about you and it's always somebody watching.
Right. So I'm looking at right now on Instagram, like one of your performances that you were doing, and of course you're not dressed that way. I see you as kind of just casual, but you feel that presenting yourself is important to your kids and also to other children out there. That's kind of where your position is.
Yes, because it's all about our kids. Because we gonna die quicker than our kids. You know what I'm saying? Even though you never know, all types of stuff happen, but we are the adults. So it's not about us. It's about us setting these standards for these little children coming for our future leaders. That's what it's about. It ain't about us.
So how long you been rapping?
Good God Almighty. A good 15 years.
15 years. Okay. So
A good
uh,
15.
okay. So what made you want to start rapping? Like who inspired you?
Nobody, nobody at all.
Nobody. You just
I
say, I just want to do it.
Because I used to be, I'm the only girl. I have three brothers, and I used to be in my room a lot, and I'm real creative. Like I write a lot. I draw and do all types of stuff like that. And so I used to start off with like poems and stuff, and I was just always interested in like music. And so once I figured out how to like put that music to a beat, like I first recorded my first track at 16, and I was like, oh yeah, I love it. I love it. I love the fact that I can take out every emotion in my music. And so that just kind of got me hooked because I feel like I could be more of myself. When I'm talking to anybody on the regular, it sounds like I'm rapping like all the freaking time. And so like I just felt like it was a thing for me to do for
Okay,
real.
so you are considered an independent artist, or you want to be on a major?
Nah, I'm independent. I can't the type of attitude and the type of soul I got, they can't control me. They can't handle me. That's just real. So I just need a team that's gonna have the mindset that I have to get, you know what I'm saying, so I can get to more and more people.
So you say the words "they can't handle you." What do you mean by that?
I mean that I feel like a lot of people are controlled in the music industry. I feel like a lot of people do not have their own minds in the music industry. And I have my own mind. Like all I do, I read, I study, I'm real close with God, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I'm not just gonna do what somebody wants me to do. That's not me. And I care about my people.
So would you would say that you would be more so leaning on the side of the conscious rapper?
I wouldn't put myself in just that category. Like I'm real, I have a lot of diversity within myself. Conscious, yeah, but conscious with a little bit of fun in it because I'm not boring with my music.
Yeah, I heard some of your music, and like I told you before, the way you was, rapping, it was kind of sound like Mia X, and I was like, oh, that
Yeah.
sound like Mia X a little bit. Those of you who don't know who Mia X is, look her up. It's not that hard to find.
Hmm.
Yeah, so your particular style. I mean, that just like you said, you just started in the room, and you just kind of developed that with time, or you just that's something that you just naturally came out of you.
Phil, honestly, I think at the beginning I was kind of developing, but if I really think about it, like really hard, I was the same back then. Way back then, I was still the same chick. I still had the same flow. Like I still knew how to do it, and I still always talked about stuff that's going to help, or stuff that's beneficial to anybody, even if it's not just about changing your life. I could talk about any subject, and it'll still be something enlightening, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and the reason why I asked you earlier were you to consider the conscious rapper, because if somebody hear you talking and say, "Oh, she's more so probably on that conscious side, or that more so side like that Kendrick Lamar," try to make you think. But Kendrick do talk about other things too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you listen to Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole or something like that. So, do you believe that maybe you lean more so toward what they do? Because according to what you say, you're not gonna do the Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallion.
No, that ain't in my blood. But yeah, yes, I would definitely say I would lean towards them, but I don't want to put myself in that category. Like I don't want to just be in a box, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. I don't believe in boxes. I mean, shoot, I hate a box, right? I think people are free spirits. That's why I don't like to see animals in the zoo. I can't go see that.
Yeah.
I went to Africa, went to a safari, and see them animals in their natural habitat. So it's always good to see, people not caged up. But so, what did you put yourself at then?
I'm just me. I really wouldn't give myself a category, Phil. I wouldn't do it.
So where you get your music located? Like somebody wanted to hear your music, they say I got to hear what she got to say because now I'm hearing her talk all this. Where you posting your music at?
I post a lot of it on YouTube, and I'll be putting more up soon. But the majority of my music is on YouTube right now.
Okay, so you don't have
And
like
I'm sorry. YouTube, Spotify. I have it on Apple, on Tidal. But see, the right now, "Ignorance is Bliss" is my only single right now because I do have children, so I had to step back a little bit, and I just started getting back in the music game. Um, July of this year. So "Ignorance is Bliss" was the only real project that I put out there right now. But it's more coming very, very soon. So "Ignorance is Bliss" is the only track available on Apple Music, Tidal, Tidal, however you say it, and Spotify. And then I have a lot more music on YouTube.
Okay, so you say you had to take a break because of children. How many children you have?
I have 4 children.
4 children. Oh, okay, four
Yes.
children. That I mean, would you have girls, boys?
I have two of each.
Oh, you have two of each. Two girls, two boys.
Hmm.
Okay, so you a mom, and dad. How's he doing?
Oh, he's not involved. It's just me and my children.
Oh, it's just you and your children. Okay, so you have 4 children, and you're trying to do music. How does that work? Because I have children, and I see how busy at times they can be with children. So how do you find the time?
Well, I'm very open with my kids, so they know everything that's going on, and they are being homeschooled, so we together all the time. And so, I guess I step outside for a little bit, or when they taking a nap or something, then I make time for myself or whatever. But they know what I'm working on right now. Like my kids are very smart, so I might throw on a TV show for some. I'm sorry for them, and then handle my business. I make it work throughout the day. I make it work.
Okay, so they being homeschooled and they understand, what you're doing. So let's say like
Yes.
if let's say club performances, let's say you start getting invites toward that. Um, you know, since you being a mom, and I know, you gotta have people there with the kids, you got a support system.
My mother, my mother.
Okay. So as you, trying to get out there and do this, you say you're doing it independently. We got the one track out as of right now. What's the next step? Well, what is it? You got an album coming out, or what you got?
Yes, I'm working on an album. I'm working on making more music, and that "Ignorance is Bliss" song, it really touches me. I believe it'll touch a lot of other people as well. So I'll be working on that video soon. But I'm just working on creating more and more music right now, so I can definitely put out there for y'all to listen.
Y'all make sure y'all check out Red Diamond and Apple, Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out her music. I know she has some covers on there that she has done as well. So Red, I
Yeah,
definitely want to thank you for chopping it up with us today and hanging out. And it's been good.
I know. I want to thank you for having me, and I'm sorry for the Wi-Fi connection.
Oh, hey, that happens. Sometimes we have whole shows that go down because of connections, technical difficulties. We all deal with it.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for having me.
All right, hey, you have a great day.
All right, you take care.
All right.